the secret to hanging the perfect picture, how these combat flip-flops are keeping the peace in the Middle East, and how to get glamorous Hollywood hair and makeup.
Welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Michelle Yarn. We're also going to talk about blue eyeshadow. Woo! It's a great look if you can do it right and not look like you got punched in the face. So we're going to show you the steps to pulling off the blue shadow.
And as long as your guy isn't wearing a blue tuxedo, you'll be fine.
Yes.
Yes. We're also talking about the buzz on failed television relationships off screen. Why do those reality TV romances never last?
So much fun to watch them
go down in flames. It's like a good train wreck. You can't help yourself.
All right, well, you may think a home makeover means spending lots and lots of money, but we're gonna rock your socks off with some cool ideas for sprucing up your home, all for less than 10 bucks. These are thanks to the Huffington Post. Check this out. Spray paint your old furniture. Easy to do. If you have some chairs or tables that could use a little sprucing up, spray paint, super cost-effective tool to give them a whole new look. You could also use some throw pillows. They can give your sofa a distinct personality, so why not make your own? It's an easy project and it allows you to personalize with some fun fabrics. Or you could try switching out your photo frames. I never thought about this, but you might get tired of looking at your photos if they're always in the same frame, so switch them up and it'll give them a new look and feel. You could also make a decorative tray. It's pretty easy to do. Use some patterned fabric. You can wrap a cookie tray, add a few decorative pieces, and then you've got yourself a funky new coffee table centerpiece. And if all else fails, declutter. Purging all that unnecessary junk is going to give your space a cleaner, more relaxed feel.
Maybe you've been out of the dating game for a while. Maybe you're newly single, divorced, or not sure what you're looking for. Here are some questions you should be asking yourself before you start dating again. First, are you looking for a serious relationship? If the answer is yes, then your approach to dating will be different from someone looking for a more casual situation. Ask your new love interest more important questions before going on the first date. That way, neither of you are surprised. Next, are you looking to date a lot of people at the same time? If your answer is yes, then make sure you let everyone know up front that you're dating and you're not interested in a monogamous relationship just yet. Maybe you're just looking for a friend with benefits. If you answered yes to this one, then honesty is your best policy. Make sure you let the other person know up front you're seeking physical companionship at your convenience, so no one gets the wrong idea.
True love, it's one of the most fundamental human needs, but the chemistry of love and attraction is pretty fickle. So here to tell us how to create and maintain chemistry with anyone is communications expert and best-selling author Leal Lowndes. Welcome, Leal.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
And we're talking about your book, How to Create Chemistry with Anyone. And I gotta ask you right off the bat here, is this something that I always thought this was something that would organically happen, but you're saying we have to work to make this start and to maintain it throughout a relationship, correct?
Well, there are 75 techniques that you can use to bring the chemical of love is dopamine at first, the excitement. And there are techniques to bring that excitement and that dopamine feeling when someone first spots you.
Okay, so it is important when you're first meeting and when you're establishing a relationship that you have lots of advice of things you should talk about and, you know, maintain. But let's say you're already with somebody. Okay, so now you want to bring that chemistry back, perhaps. I think something really important that you mentioned, and I'd love for you to elaborate, is touching. Why is touch so powerful, and what does this mean?
Touching is magic. It brings in another chemical of love, and it's the bonding chemical. It's called oxytocin. And that's important because the excitement, dopamine love, only lasts 18 months to 2 years.
Really? That honeymoon phase, I guess they call it?
Absolutely, absolutely. That goes down, but then the oxytocin comes in through touching, holding hands, sitting close to each other on the couch, kissing her cheek, pushing her hair back.
And I like that you mentioned that touch, not necessarily just sex, but touch as in, let's hold hands, a friendly gesture, something that shows I'm thinking of you and I have that connection with you, right?
The warmth, that kind of touch, non-sexual.
Now, what about laughter, being able to laugh together? That's important.
Oh, that's so important because when you're laughing, your partner thinks, of course, that you're happy with them. And when you do laugh, your brain and your body want to feel consistent. So if I'm laughing, that means I'm transferring the feelings to you, and you're the ones who's making me laugh, and vice versa. So laugh, and your husband will think, gee, she loves being with me, and that will make him love being with you even more.
And then you start to relate that feeling with your significant other, which is really important. Okay, and finally, the quickie. Apparently, this has a lot of power in a relationship.
It does, because the sex naturally does go down, the excitement of it after 18 months to 2 years.
Sure.
If a man interprets his wife's love as having sex with him, and so women, please give your husbands lots of quickies, and he in turn, foreplay is turnabout is fair foreplay. When there's time, he will give you a lot more slow, loving lovemaking, because that's what we need. But quickies are good.
And it is funny that men are so physical. I mean, we just have completely different brains, right? We're just wired differently.
Totally.
So, I mean, you just have to learn how to recognize what's ingrained in him and what is him making excuses, maybe.
And yes, well, not get upset if he gets angry, because his body and his brain are shaped differently. Not get angry if he can't talk about his feelings. You married a male, and if you want a male, you have to respect his maleness.
All right, respect his maleness. You can get more information on that and how to create chemistry with anyone, because we will link you up to Leo on our website, lifeloveshopping.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
Check this out. Here's some clothing for a cause. Check out combat flip-flops. Army Rangers Donald Lee and Matthew Griffin came up with the idea for this military-inspired footwear after they saw a factory worker in Afghanistan create a flip-flop using the bottom of a combat boot. The guys wanted to set up shop and manufacture their flip-flops in Afghanistan as a way for Afghans to keep the economy growing once U.S. troops pulled out. After a few setbacks, the duo had to move their operation stateside, but say they hope to resume production overseas ASAP. But for now, you can shop styles like Bombshell and AK-47 on the Combat Flip-Flops website.
Stars spend hours transforming their look for a 15-minute walk down the red carpet, but we can rock the look too without the expensive Hollywood stylist. Beauty expert Jen Fallick shares her insider tips on how you can get the star-studded looks.
Hi, I'm style and beauty expert Jen Fallick, here to talk about recreating that glamour of the red carpet at home. Sunday night at the Oscars, we saw some really glamorous, beautiful looks. Long fitted dresses were definitely a trend. Reese Witherspoon and Jessica Chastain both had this look going on. To pull this off on your own, it's really about the foundation, and legwear is back in a big way. Hanes has contemporary sheers, opaque and lace details, with control top or without, so you just get the basic smoothing. It holds everything where you want it to. It's a fun way to revamp a look, and you don't have to sacrifice style, fit, or your budget because they're under $6 a pop. Also, the right bra is key, and Comfort Flex Fit from Hanes has a customized fit, easy sizing. You can pick between anything from a small to a double XL. And there's fun colors, really comfy to wear for a long night. Also, Hanes seamless panties. Again, the fun colors, comfy fit, and no visible panty lines. That's important because you definitely do not want your underwear to show on the red carpet. All these products are available at Walmart or at Hanes.com. Sleeveless dresses, also a big trend, and this is something we always see, and then it made sense when I found out that 61% of women between 18 and 35 feel they're most sexy and feminine when they're going sleeveless. So Dove Go Sleeveless Antiperspirant Deodorant offers 48 hours of protection. It's going to deliver softer, smoother skin to your underarms in as little as 5 days. It's the only one on the market with the vitamins E, F, and Dove's 1/4 moisturizers, clinically proven to soothe shaving irritation. There are some really nice light fragrances and also a fragrance-free version. All the information is available at Dove.com. Makeup, bronzy, glowy, and beautiful. Think Charlize Theron, how great her skin looked, a really sexy glow. Physicians Formula Sexy Booster Sexy Glow Makeup is a wonderful option to sort of amp up the sex appeal in a subtle way of your makeup look. You think of it as lingerie for the skin. It's a bronzer, a blusher, and a lip stain. There's pheromone mimicking ingredients in there and a vanilla and musk scent. So very sexy. There's an afterglow illuminator complex in there as well, and all the products are under $14 at drugstores and mass market retailers nationwide. Hair, it was about the updo, and Jennifer Lawrence, who's sort of the it girl of the night, worked with Dove celebrity stylist Mark Townsend, and he recommends Dove Style Plus Care Nourishing Curls Whipped Cream Mousse to get a look like hers. When your hair is wet, just put a dollop in your hair, work it through from roots to the ends, and the great thing about it, it's going to give bounce and texture, but it doesn't leave your hair crunchy. Maintenance of healthy hair is crucial. If you color your hair using something like Dove Color Care Daily Treatment Conditioner, is going to keep your color vibrant for up to 8 weeks. And the more vibrant and beautiful your color looks, the more beautiful any hairstyle that you choose is going to look. So hopefully these help to give you some ideas of how to recreate Hollywood glamour at home. And for more of my fashion and beauty favorites, you can check out blog.jenfallick.com.
Blue eyeshadow is big. We are seeing the big blue eye movement everywhere. Galtime.com shows us the right way to rock the eye-catching look. Never match your shadow to your eye color. Choose a different shade to make them pop. Always keep your cheeks and lips on the light side. Redheads should stick with coral hues. Blondes should think shades of sheer pink, and brunettes should reach for neutrals. Always use an eyelid primer to prevent blue colors from taking on a different hue after they're applied. Always use 2 different brushes and be sure to clean them often. And always consider the shadow's texture. Teens can pull off vibrant and shimmery colors, while others should probably stick to the matte tones. For a step-by-step guide, just head to our website, lifeloveshopping.com.
No, blue shadow's kind of scary. I would do the blue liner maybe and
Blue
try
liner.
that.
I'm with you on that one. Yeah, that's safe.
And navy is really pretty right now. So
Yes,
it's
you
a
can
good
do
way
that.
to
Maybe
go.
smudge it a little bit.
Yeah, look at us giving our
Yeah.
Well, speaking of blue, it might be cold and gloomy outside, but that doesn't mean you can't stay warm and happy. Here are some great ways to boost your mind and stay positive through the end of winter from our friends over at Galtime.com. Try vegetarian baked beans. With their rich and complex flavor, they're actually a really delicious way to boost your mood when the temperatures drop because they're packed with magnesium, and that helps your body cope with emotional ups and downs. You should add more leafy greens to your plate as well. Greens like kale, spinach, and collards fight the winter blues by boosting your mood and helping you feel energized. An apple a day, that'll keep the blues away as well. Try a different variety like a Granny Smith or a Fuji. The apples will give you an instant jolt of energy. In fact, apples can be just as effective as a cup of morning joe.
They're the best. The Fuji apples are so good, sweet and crisp. And I'm telling you, if you've got that hunger craving, eat an apple before you go off on a chip binge. I'm telling you, it'll help you. It'll slow you down.
I'm a golden delicious kind of gal.
Are you?
But yeah,
Yeah.
I do like them. With a little cheese. We talked about this before.
Apple pie with cheddar cheese. You have to try it.
Can you tell who's hungry right now? Anybody? Maybe we can grab a bite to eat in the break. So don't go anywhere, because coming up on Life Love Shopping, how Pinterest has changed wedding planning for good.
Plus, the real reason why these reality TV relationships fail. That answer coming up next. Come on, Mariah Carey. Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. So you've started dating a guy you really like, but you're not sure where the relationship is headed. Here are the signs he's likely to split rather than commit. He can't follow through on the small stuff. Now, we've all had to reschedule a date or find ourselves running late. However, if he can't commit to something like being on time when it comes to your time together, not a good sign. He doesn't make you a priority. We're all busy with our careers, climbing the corporate ladder. It's one thing if he puts you off because of work, but if he prefers to spend his weekends with his crew, it's a sign he's probably not ready. And he just got out of a relationship. Don't expect him to make a real commitment if you're the first girl in the picture after a breakup. Give it some time. Every guy is ready when the right girl comes along.
Well, thanks to Pinterest, all you single ladies are being called out for having your big wedding day all planned out, minus one very important detail. The groom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, browse Pinterest and you'll find plenty of boards dedicated to the amazing wedding. So we've got the perfect dress, engagement rings, romantic updos, amazing decor, all that would put Martha Stewart to shame. However, among all of the wedding pages, the boards that stand out are the ones created by the single ladies. So you can thank society for its continued push to make marriage the end-all be-all for women, and for selling the idea that a perfect wedding makes for a perfect marriage. All that pressure to plan a perfect day only adds to the fairy tale princess mentality that, come on, so often ends in a not so happy ending.
Yeah.
And if the guy you're dating happens across your wedding Pinterest page, it may send him running for the hills.
Oh,
Just
if
saying.
he catches wind of your wedding planning Pinterest page.
Yeah. And I have to share a story.
Yes, please do. This is
My
great.
sister and her sister-in-law have a Pinterest board for the other sister-in-law's wedding if she were to get married someday. It's all the things she would like in her wedding.
Okay, but she doesn't have a boyfriend.
She doesn't have a boyfriend, and she doesn't know about this Pinterest board.
Oh, boy.
It's everything, from decor to what she would wear. I'm like, wow, you guys really have some free
We
time.
used to play this game called the Bride Game, and it had all sorts of options. It had your grooms, it had your brides, the
Yeah.
rings, the cakes, and you would always pick the, there was always the one ugly groom you didn't want to get in the
Nobody
groom.
wants
You
to
never
trade you one
want,
groom
right,
for
it's
your
true.
bouquet.
But it was fun. When you sign up for reality TV, you're putting everything out there for the public to see, scars and all, and sometimes those closest to you can't take it.
Yep, Morgan Miller from our news partner, The Daily Buzz, is here with more more on the failed TV relationships. Hey, Morgan.
Hey guys, yeah, if reality TV has taught us anything about relationships, it's that they don't work past the air date. So let's have some fun and look at some of those failed TV romances. Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey are the poster children for why TV relationships don't work. These two started their show, Newlyweds, documenting their lives as a couple in 2003, and by 2005, they were headed for divorce. And one of the more recent reality TV splits we're seeing unfold right now is between Real Housewives of Beverly Hills stars Adrienne Maloof and Paul Nassif. Yeah, these two have been going at it again on this season's show. They divorced after 10 years last August. Wonder if that's what the bomb that Brandi Glanville dropped this season. Just wondering. And all right, ladies, you know which divorce this is. The shortest marriage in reality TV history. Can you guess? The over-publicized and much dramatized relationship between Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries took her only 72 days to realize her frog wouldn't turn into a prince no matter how many times she kissed him. She filed for divorce in October of 2011 and is now pregnant with her boyfriend Kanye West's baby, and their divorce still isn't over. Bother. That's all I got for reality bad romances. Back to you, ladies.
Poor Kim, and she's got the sex tape and everything else.
Poor Kim.
Oh, goodness gracious. She has such a hard time finding true love.
I know.
Imagine that. Thank you, Morgan. Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. The secret scents you should use to help sell your home.
Plus, we have your go-to guide for hanging pictures like a pro when Life Love Shopping returns.
Oh. 8 miles.
Marshall Mathers. Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. You know, when it comes to home decor, there's so many questions when hanging art, like what size, what kind of frame, what color, right?
Yeah, home designer Mark Thie of Mark Michaels says there are no rules when it comes to displaying art, but offers these helpful guidelines.
The one thing I want to stress first and foremost is to evaluate what you have and learn to mix and match. These paintings behind me are a perfect example. Now, when you're mixing and matching, pick a frame to match the piece of art. Don't try to pick a frame to match the room. Really complement the art. And then, as you can see, kind of be playful with the way they're hung. Don't match them up, don't line them up, but truly let the art speak to the other art in the room, and it really begins the flavor of your entire space. People wonder if it's cheesy to hang family photographs, and I am here to tell you no. Make your house a signature of you and your family. Wonderful linear stacks, 1, 2, 3 of your children, all framed simply, really straightforward, particularly black and whites, always feel chic. A few extra pieces can just be leaned on a console or on a chest and kind of work into a beautiful tablescape. Oil paintings don't even need a frame. A beautiful canvas wrap around a stretcher is a super affordable way to approach it, adds lots of pop and color, and to be honest, just might be something you could do yourself. If you really want to get creative, consider hanging something from the ceiling on a suspension cable system. This type of thing is available in an art store, in a craft store, sometimes even in a hardware store. For me, I love large-scale black and whites, particularly when they're organic. And they don't need to be framed. They can just be mounted on foam core to give them some substance. Hanging these rhythmically, all lined up across the bottom, particularly in a dining room here, in front of this wall of fabric, really creates that loungy, sexy mood.
For more on Mark, just head to our website, lifeloveshopping.com. Well, remember when you had to drop off your film and wait for your photos to get developed? Now we're stuck dealing with photo albums and photo streams.
So here are some great ways to organize your old Kodak pics with your new digital ones. For instance, you could use Shoebox for printed photos. You snap a high-res copy of a print with your smartphone using the Shoebox app, and your old school pics are archived forever online. Then there's Scan Cafe. It works the same way with a little higher quality. It can also also digitize your negatives and slides. You send everything to them in a prepaid kit. They scan everything and send it back to you along with a DVD copy and access to their online database.
If you want all your digital photos in one spot, just try Picasa, iPhoto, Lightroom, or Aperture. Each program organizes all your digital photos into your libraries on your computer using keywords and tags. Or you can take your picture saving to the next level with Everpix. For $40 a year, you get a desktop app which will monitor and pull photos from your desktop library, email, and social networks. The pics are automatically copied and stored in their cloud servers for safekeeping.
I would definitely spend the money on
Yes.
that one. That's pretty cool. All right, well, you may love the smell of freshly baked cookies, but don't expect that aroma to sell your house. A new study revealed the smell of baked goods and potpourri can kill the deal when it comes to selling your home. The best scent you should use if you really want to hook a buyer is orange. Citrus scents affect the part of our brain involved in decision making. Complex scents like fresh baked bread are a distraction because then you end up spending more time trying to pinpoint the aroma.
That's true.
Other great scents to help you sell your home include lemon, basil, pine, green tea, cedar, and vanilla. Cedar works great for a mountain home but might be out of place at a beach house. So keep in mind, keep your scent simple, positive, and location appropriate.
Well, here at Life Love Shopping, we want to connect with you when we're not on TV. You can stay in touch by liking our Facebook page. You can also follow and tweet us on Twitter at Life Love Shop. We love staying in touch with you, so please be a part of it.
Yep, and we have a Pinterest page as well.
Yes,
Just
we
saying, for all of you planning a wedding
without a groom.
come check it out.
Thanks for joining
Yeah.
us.